Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 9th of May, 2018, just getting on to 9:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. So as I'm studying what's going on last night with the Iranian situation, you got to ask yourself this big question. President Trump pulls out of the Iranian deal, and the other members, France, the UK, Russia, they all want to join in and keep the deal going with Tehran. But the reason we pulled out is because Tehran is a state sponsor of all this terrorism, at least in our opinion, throughout the Middle East. And the deal doesn't work in terms of controlling their nuclear ambitions or shut it down shortly. Why would the U.S. allow that to go on? I think at the end of the 180 days, what happens, and that's how long the sanctions have to ramp down. There's a 90-day period and then a 180-day. It goes in two measures. I don't look for this Trump administration to allow that. I think all the rough sanctions go back on, the banking sanctions. You got to stop them. That's why you stop this whole thing. Yes, if the treaty during that time can change, and if the Iranians were to say you can come into the military bases and they will open themselves up, fine. But that's what fantasy is made out of, apparently. They don't want to do that, and so the pressure, as I see it, is the opposite. I only mention this not because it's my point of view, but we have to start considering the what-if scenarios on the next stage. Yes, we know that it sends a message to North Korea what was done. I don't think the message is bad. I think the message is, if it's a good deal, we'll stay with it. If it isn't, we're not hanging around. And I think to China, because this is already May 9th, we're saying that come June, these tariffs that are going on, you've got to consider. Away from that, now autos that are being made under the brands of whatever it is that come from America, they're not making it through China right now. They're in the ports along with apples, logs, and so on. So China's playing its game. That was my point. It's not an opinion. It's how we have to think positioning. The gold market today went down again, challenged the 1305 area basically, bounced away temporarily. We'll see if it can do anything. The dollar getting a bit of profit taking from its high. It is sold off now about a half a point. That's a pretty good break back in the market, but we're watching the bonds and notes climbing one more time towards, especially the 10-year, getting closer and closer to that 3% number. What will that do? I don't think it undermines or hurts the dollar. I think it keeps it well bid. But there's a profit-taking move going on in the foreign currencies, and that's overdue. And there's a move up in most of the metals today if you take a look at that. Stock market started on a much higher note, giving that part up. And on the energies, while you would think that you were down sharply yesterday and here you were up 2 points, you really have to take a look at the API numbers last night, and your jaw should have done that. I mean, overall, 10 million barrel decline on everything. That was a whopper. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Now, is it a one-off? Did the Department of Energy this morning dispute that? Don't know at this point in time. We have to wait and see, and that's in another 15 minutes, so we'll get an idea from that. In the grain markets, it's flat. There's really nothing going on at this point, and there shouldn't be. Tomorrow's when the grains come alive. That is when we get the Department of Agriculture reports, ending stock numbers, where we're at, gives us an idea going into this crop planting season, where the numbers are around the world and in the U.S. Let's talk about the day's events. The wholesale inventories today up 0.3. Normally they expected it up 0.5, so not as high a number. Sales up 0.3. Prior was up 1%, so that slipped back a little bit. The ratio about where it's been. Now the producer price index comes in, the demand at 1/10, they expected 2/10. That's a little softer number. Ex-food and energy up 2/10, they expected that, and consumption was down 1/10. I don't think they expected that. Stats Canada said that their building permits issued by Canadian municipalities rose 3.1% to 8.4 billion. February permits were revised downward, so this is a good number that we're seeing. And overall, on a year-over-year basis, the permits increased 10.8% in March. So not too bad, probably helps the Canadian dollar get a little bit of a bid, and you can see the Canada's up 61 points on it, so I'm giving you the exact reason why that is the case. Let's talk about my market research for a minute here. I put out research that I write twice a day, and there's two ways you can get it. It's written the same way, but some people don't want buy here, sell there commentary, so I sell just the commentary with it. You can buy that for $240 a year or $25 a month. The other research is all about the trade with the commentary, so it's a two-part. That goes for $60 a month. Either way, they come to you by email. Now, the one with the trade commentary, you get a morning subscriber video where I review 40 charts every morning. I'd like you to see what they look like. I am convinced that with those ideas, I set you up for the day's trade with ideas. That's all that it comes down to. Audio recordings, I put those out as well, so you can get those with the commentaries. So how do you try this? Just give us a call. You can go to our website to try it. You can click up here at any point. It'll say Ira Epstein, so you'll see this icon, and you'll come right to our homepage and just click on anything and get the research there. And underneath us in many websites it says, click here for Ira's free research. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I will talk to you all come this afternoon. You have a good day.